Hey guys, William here with Patriot Containers. The purpose of my video channel is to bring awareness, educating people, warning you of what you're up against, and exposing the cargo container industry. I've been doing this for 13 years, and I've owned my own business for 10. 13 years ago, I used to work for crappy companies that never did anything right. I wanted to start a business and do everything right, and I've been doing everything right for 10 to 11 years. In those 10 to 11 years, I only have 3 complaints from 3 people that never bought a container from me. And I learned from horrible companies that I'm warning you about. The sole purpose of my channel is my channel first started as like a video hosting service to provide delivery videos. Like whoever sent me a video, I would just upload it to my channel to show future customers of the past containers that I've sold. About 4 months ago, I started doing these educational videos of exposing the cargo container industry. I've actually been sued by some of the competitors, and I take that as a badge of honor. They hate being exposed so much that I got sued. One of these idiot companies said, William Smith at Patriot Containers says we don't have a cancellation, or we have a cancellation fee, but Blank Containers does not have a cancellation fee as long as you cancel in under 5 minutes. Blank Containers doesn't have any restocking fees for any containers that never left the depot. Well, how can you restock something if it never left? See what I'm saying? So everything that I'm saying is true. They just don't like it. They have legal mumbo jumbo to get away with criminal activities, and I'm exposing it. And I'm the only one on YouTube doing this. And hopefully in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, all these videos are out there and are finding people looking for a container. This video is about why your container did not get delivered on the day you thought it was supposed to be. I used to work for crappy companies 13 years ago. So what I'm talking about isn't something new, it's something old, and it's always the same. Some of these companies will take 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and 4 months to deliver your container. Why is that? Well, number one, they're idiots. Number two, when you're dealing with a salesperson on the phone that has no clue of the purchase, no clue of the delivery, no clue of anything else other than your sales pitch and your close, and then that job is off to somebody else. So when you're automatically dealing with a salesperson, that person does not have direct contact with the driver. They just don't. If they did, they would start their own business. But they don't have that. So whoever you're talking to cannot truthfully tell you when your container is going to arrive. That's number one. Number two, when you have these companies that say, hey, for the month of July, we're doing free next day delivery for all containers. It's impossible to do that. It's just not going to happen. You'll be lucky if you get one, okay? You don't have just drivers standing there waiting to get that call to go pick up that container. It doesn't work like that. Drivers that have tilt up and down trailers, they work for multiple companies. They work for depots. They work for shipping lines. They have a schedule. And that schedule, and the only way to know what their schedule is by calling that person and saying, hey, I got a container, you got to pick it up here, and it's got to go here. What day can you do it, and how much? That's the only truthful answer. Now, so if you have a company, okay, these companies that are promising next day or free 2-day delivery, that's a total sales pitch. It's not accurate. You'll be lucky if it's true. 99% of the time, that's a flat out lie. That's why your container's not arriving. It's a flat out lie. It's not possible, okay? But the most common thing that a salesperson will always tell you, because Their job's to sell you something. They don't know what day your container is going to arrive. They want to act like they do, but they really don't. It's up to the company, not the salesperson. They're not scheduling it. They're there to sell it. The most common response you're ever going to get from a paid commission-based salesperson is, "We will have your container in 7 to 10 days." Okay, great. Sounds great. Sounds realistic. But then why do you take a month, 1, 2, 3, 4 months to deliver? Well, number one, these companies that you guys are talking to, and I'm gonna give you the warning signs right now. We're nationwide. We have a lifetime 25-year warranty, money back guarantees. Our containers are the best. And if you don't like your container in 60 days, you can get a full refund. Those are the companies that suck. They're the worst, and they always will be, and they can never live up to anything that they're telling you. Those companies also have cancellation fees after 5 minutes after your order. So ask yourself this. Let's just say their cancellation fee is $500. Their profit might be $500. So you place an order, your payment goes through. 6 minutes later, you're going, "Hey, you know what? I talked to my husband or my wife, and we want to hold off." "Okay, we have a cancellation fee, $500. Well, they didn't do anything. They probably didn't even process your money yet, and they're going to keep $500. Is that an exact number? No. Some companies are $350. Some people, you might place one order, but you ordered 10 containers, and now they're going to charge you $300 for each container. So if they have a cancellation fee, which they will not tell you, it's in their terms and conditions. Cancellation fees, 5 minutes after your order. Restocking fees. So if a container is picked up and leaves the depot and it has to come back, it's going to get a restocking fee. They can say they don't have them, but they have them. And all these companies have every avenue covered on how to protect them from all the shenanigans that they're going to do to you. Okay? So ask yourself this. If they have a cancellation fee after 5 minutes of your order, why do they need to bring you your container? They don't. They can wait for you to cancel. Maybe they're marketing in an area where they don't even have a driver. Maybe they had drivers in that area, but they're such a crappy company that the drivers won't work for them. Maybe they owe money to those drivers, and the drivers are saying, "Hey, we're not working for you until you pay us our money." I've talked to drivers that have worked for these companies, and they refuse to deal with blank containers and the other idiots. Warning signs nationwide, lifetime 25-year warranties, money back guarantees, and it's just, you got to read their terms and condition. You got to read their complaints, because if you read their complaints on these companies, you're going to see with why everything you're being told is total bullshit, because you're going to hear it from an actual customer that went through the nightmare process of what these companies are doing to you guys. Okay, so back to why your container didn't arrive. Number one, you were told next day delivery. 99.9% sure there's no driver ready for next day delivery. Okay. Number two, 7 to 10 days. If they were an organized business, 7 to 10 days is accurate, but they're not. So why do these companies take 1 to 3 to 4 months? I'm going to defend basic sellers here for a second. Weather can play a factor, but most of the time it's not the company canceling. It's usually the customer. So if I'm delivering to a field and it's been pouring for 3 days, customers that are based on planet Earth go, "Hey, you know what? It's raining like crazy here." I even ask my customers, I say, "Hey, look, if Mother Nature gets in the way and my driver's going to get stuck, call me 7 days a week. I don't care if you call me at 2 a.m. I want to cancel the delivery with my driver before he picks it up and is halfway there." You don't want that to happen. And I don't know, that happens maybe once, happens a lot more in winter, but it happens, I don't know, 6 or 10 times a year with me at least, where weather gets in the way. I've had a customer where any drop of water he gets, it just destroys not where the container needs to go. It just destroys the land that my driver needs to drive through. And I've sold 20 containers to the same customer, and every time we sell to him, it's the same scenario. If he gets a sprinkle, he is screwed. So, but we work through it. We keep rescheduling. We keep rescheduling. Keep rescheduling. It's an inconvenience, but the customer knows, and everything's fine. And it's just, with that specific customer that I'm talking to, he's a great guy. He always repeat buyer, and he's always happy. And we work through it, and everything's fine. But again, how do these bad companies take 1 to 3 to 4 months to deliver? When you're waiting for your container and they told you 7 to 10 days, their invoice says something else. It usually says 10 to 20 business days. Well, 20 business days is 30 days. So they're telling you 7 to 10 days for delivery, but you don't even get a phone call from the company up until 2 weeks later. And then their invoice that they sent you, at the very bottom it says you should expect your container in 20 business days. Well, 20 business days is 30 days. Okay, well, they told you 7 to 10. Realistically, they're 30. Well, how come they didn't deliver in 30? The truth of it really, these companies are so focused on sales, marketing, and cringeworthy social media, and coming up with lies and tricks to sell more containers, that they can't do anything right. That's the truth. They're such idiots that they have 90 salespeople, but 1 in purchasing, 1 in scheduling, and then they have like 20 in customer service or something. And it even goes deeper than that. They even have complaint departments, leak departments, warranty departments, all these departments that are horrible for customers to deal with. Well, you shouldn't have any of those departments. You should be able to sell something with the truth, purchase the right product for your customer, and then call the driver and have it scheduled and picked up and scheduled, and everything's fine if you did it that way. But these companies don't do it that way. These companies, when I sell something, let's say it's a 40-foot high cube used cargo worthy container, which means cargo worthy is a good used container if you're on a budget, and it's a lot better than wind and watertight as is and damaged. Cargo worthy is great. I highly advise every customer out there, buy cargo worthy. If you want to spend a little bit more, buy IICL. If you want to spend a lot more, buy a new one. But I have to send my driver an email after I make my sale. And before that, I call my driver and go, hey, so-and-so, I got a container that you need to pick up here and you need to deliver it here. What's the soonest date you can do it? And he goes, oh, William, let me look at my schedule. And some of these drivers are females too. Oh, and they're nice. It doesn't matter. But they look at their schedule and they tell me the date. Now I need to pick up my other phone or hang up, call my customer and go, hey, look, the soonest I can get you this container is this date. Are you happy? 90% of the time, the answer is yes. Okay, cool. I'll tell my driver to put it on the schedule. So my driver puts it on the schedule. Sometimes the date isn't good for my customers. And I got to call back and go, hey, look, that day they have a doctor's appointment, or a vet appointment, or, family in town, and let's pick a different date. As long as you're transparent and honest about everything's fine. You just got to be honest with people. And I don't know how to say it. It's something that comes natural for me because I'm here to provide a good service, and I'm delivering a 5 or 8,000 pound container, we need to work together so everybody's happy. The shipping lines are happy, my customer is happy, my driver's happy. The last person on my happy list is me. I want everybody to be happy before me, because I'm not a selfish person. I don't run my business by greed. I like money, but I also like knowing that I'm one of the best cargo container companies in America that you can trust, and you will call back, and you'll be delivered a good product on the right day. Can't these other companies can't say that. They can say that, but they're lying. They suck. So every time after I place the order and it's scheduled, I have to send my driver an email, and that email says what they ordered, going to what city, and the date it needs to be there. And then it has a release number. That release number is attached to the specific container that I have sold my customer. And it was sold correctly, so there's no problems. Under that is the depot where the container is stored. Under that is, hey, does my customer want doors to the back, or doors to the cab, or doors to the rear? After that is my customer's information, and it's the name, the address, the phone number. Maybe the customer is not going to be there, and I need another contact name for somebody that will be there, and that will be a person on site. And then under that, I'm telling my driver, A, my customer is going to pay cash to the driver. B, my customer has prepaid the delivery. You need to send me an invoice, and he sends me an invoice, and I go on my Zelle and I pay my drivers that way, and it's boom, 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 done. Well, I just don't understand why one of these companies can take 1, 2, 3, 4 months to deliver a container. I truly believe that these companies just don't care, and they're going to make up 10 different lies why they didn't deliver, why it's not their fault. Oh, we're so sorry. It's out of our hands. It's not our fault. It's all bullshit, because they're complete, total idiots that don't know how to run a proper business. They can have 100 employees and make every step of the way just drastically garbage. I've seen it. I've worked for companies like this. It's just never ending. The reason these companies take so long to deliver is they don't care. They're still going to get paid anyways. The reason you guys get crappy containers is because if you refuse their container, they're going to charge you a restocking fee and a cancellation fee. And then if they send you a crappy container and you keep it, their warranty is JB Weld or a stupid patch kit that's not going to fix your container. It's just not. It's a loophole. Everything's a loophole on how these crappy companies can protect themselves, but screw you guys over as customers. But yeah, the reason these companies take for 3 months to deliver, they just suck. They suck at everything they do. The only thing that they're good at is sales, lying, and marketing. The warning signs are there on these companies, people. We're nationwide. We're the most reviewed. Don't look at our complaints. Only look at our fake 5-star reviews that we've paid overseas companies to write. We'll deliver it next day, all of July. Money back guarantees. If you read their complaints, everything that they're telling you is bullshit. Bullshit. So, anyways, guys, that's it. Have a good one. I think it's, what is it today? The 29th? Yeah. Tuesday, 29th. Have a great one. Bye.